Hi, and welcome to the GovCon Biz podcast, where I share my experiences with government contracting. My name is Linda Rawson, and today we are going to be talking about the R&D Tax Incentive. You will learn how to get money back after you filed your taxes by doing something that every business does, research and development. I think this episode is going to be amazing. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Linda Rawson, and I'm with GovCon Biz. And we like to inform entrepreneurs about how to get started with government contracting and not just get started, but make it a business. And today I have the pleasure of interviewing Justin Maxwell, and he has a unique proposition that will help your business be more profitable. And so with that, I'd like to introduce him and let him tell you about that proposition.
All right. Thank you, Linda. I really appreciate that. So like Linda said, my name is Justin, and I'm a proud husband and father. I think I need to start with that. I really appreciate my family. They're the primary motivator for me doing what I do. But I think for you to understand my story, it needs to start where I began. So I started in education. I was a school teacher, and when I started school teaching, I always felt like I needed to give more to the world, like I wanted to provide more value, do something big. And so I knew that school teaching wasn't going to be where I finished. But while I was school teaching, I was constantly looking for ways that I could provide the world more value. So I read books on taxes. I took courses on taxes. I took courses on retirement accounts, insurance, real estate, how money works, just all sorts of different courses on the way the world works and how I could design the life that I wanted versus being driven down a path that corporate and the world, the normal world drives us, right? And so I eventually ended up where I am now in a very specific tax niche called the Research and Development Tax Incentive. It is an incentive that we have found just the vast majority of CPAs, the vast majority of small businesses, the vast majority of even medium-sized businesses are missing out on. A lot of businesses and CPAs are going to focus on deductions. They're going to focus on lowering your tax liability. And that's fabulous. You should have a CPA on your team that does that type of stuff because that is going to save you money. But an incentive and a credit is different from a deduction. An incentive and a credit is the government saying, if you do certain things, we're going to pay you money for doing it. And so we found as we started this business, the research and development tax incentive was being missed. And so as businesses were doing the research and tax incentive, as they were doing the development, as they're inventing things, as they're creating things, they're doing that, but then they're not taking advantage of the incentive, which the government wants to give you. So that you have all this money sitting from the government that wants to give you for being inventive and innovative, but you're not taking advantage of it. And so that's why we started our company. We don't file taxes. We don't do deductions. All we do is incentives and credits. And so we help you get that money back. On average, we help small business owners get back between $10,000 and $30,000 a year if they're qualifying for this incentive. And that money can go towards keeping employees, doing more projects, making your business grow versus being left at the government where it would have sat if you don't claim it. We've even had some businesses get upwards of $100,000 or even $200,000. So it's not just small. The chances are you're going to fall between 10 and 30, but it could be much, much more. And so that's what an incentive is. The government's paying you to be an inventor, to be innovative and grow and change the world. So that's the basics of what we do.
That sounds amazing. And I think there's so many businesses, especially in government contracting, that need to be aware of that and also take advantage of it. Now, I wanted to ask a little bit about your transition from teacher and you started this business, right? You're one of the founders?
Yes, me and my partner, yes.
Yeah. And so what did that look like, that transition?
It's gone fairly slowly. He's started other businesses before, so he's also my mentor. And so he's had success with real estate. He's had success with some coaching businesses. So I've leaned on him quite a bit for knowledge and survival and just being able to understand what's going to be happening next in the different steps from entity development to like, how should I be looking at my own taxes and just having an ear to listen, someone to listen to me, like on complaints, on like when things aren't going well. So it's been helpful to have him. I just didn't do it myself. I don't know. I think it's much more, I'd imagine it'd be much more nerve wracking and take a lot of more dedication to not have do it alone. But for me, it was nice to have him.
And so some of our clients, they also would like to find a mentor, and we teach a little bit about how to interview your mentor and how to find the right mentor for you. Was there anything in particular that you did to find him?
So it started out with, he flipped houses. I flipped a few houses. We just had some conversations. It kept coming up on different things. He got me into some life insurance things. And then we just decided that he had heard about this incentive and he told me about it, and we just jumped into it. So it was kind of just like a morphing, about a 6-month time between conversation after conversation. And it eventually just kind of came together. We had the same likes because we were both in real estate. I got my life insurance license. We kind of came together on that, and then it just developed and blossomed into this.
That's fantastic. It's so important to interview and find the right mentor for you.
Yeah.
And
it helps a lot when they have the same values in the same direction that you want to go. And
can you tell me, what does it typically look like for the type of business that you're looking for to work with you?
Right. So not every business is going to qualify, but I did mention that 95% of small businesses aren't taking advantage of it. Not all of that 95% is qualifying, but the ones that are going to qualify, the people that we can help the most, are businesses that are profitable, businesses that are paying taxes. And when I say paying taxes, they need to be paying about $10,000 a year. And then if you have employees, it's going to be exponential. You're going to have a chance of getting way more if you have employees. So those 3 qualifications, if you're profitable, if you pay taxes, and if you have employees, are going to give you a high chance of qualifying. Now, obviously, if you're not doing any research or development, then that's not going to apply to you. You need to be doing something that's pushing a product further, creating a product, pushing a system to an edge that you don't know what's going to happen. So you need to be doing research. You need to be developing either a product or a system or an idea or a way you're doing things in your business to make it work. Otherwise, you're not going to qualify. You have to be doing those things. The government just doesn't give money away for free.
And can you give us some examples of those businesses?
Yeah, creating prototypes, making it a lot of times you don't think of this one. Like, let's say you have a secretary and you want to refine the way that she's answering the phone and make that process more productive and effective, and making it so that she's being a salesperson as well, or however you want to do it. But that would require you tracking and maybe implementing you purchased a system that you want her to start implementing. That type of stuff would qualify because you're specifically trying to improve a system within your business. So that type of thing gets missed a lot. So a lot of times a lot of people are thinking like, we're working on this invention or we're working on this manufacturing product, and that stuff is always going to qualify, engineering and all that stuff. But those small things like the secretary example get missed a lot of times by people.
Right, because you don't think about, you just automatically give her a new routine or him, and they, you don't think about that costing you money to implement that whole process, but it for sure does. And
right.
And it's super important to have those processes in your business as well. Yeah. So that's a good example. And then
so it's not just products, it's processes.
Okay, interesting. And so how many businesses have you helped?
So we have helped approximately 15 or so the past year when we started this. And, but recently, the most recent person, we helped a dentist just reach this back in March, and he got back $96,000. So it's like, that's the type of, like, you just don't know until you look, like, because dentists are a hard science business where they're always creating custom solutions for their clients. And so they qualify at a really high rate. So it's really cool to help them. That's $96,000 that he did not have in his business before that. Now he can choose to use it however he wants, to pay someone, to maybe expand, whatever he wants. So it's really a nice way for us to give money to businesses, because we feel that business is going to use the money way more productively than sitting with the government.
And so is it a good assumption that you might think that you work your strategy for your business that year in a different way to maybe take advantage of that credit the next year?
Yes. Yeah. Right. So now once you know that you qualify for the credit, you can start being like, well, how can I get more back? Or what can I do? Maybe I can hire another employee. That's all they're going to do. And then all that money that I'm paying that employee, I can start applying that to my credit so I can get more money back. But I'm hiring good people that's going to help push my business further. So I think it provides not only money back, but it provides peace of mind. Like, it makes you become more abundant and innovative because you know that this is coming and it wasn't coming before.
True. And so how would they get a hold of you if they wanted to participate in this credit?
So we have my phone number. So we have 801-882-1377. That's the first. You can give me a call anytime. But if you're not willing to just get on a call, we do offer a free report. So if you go to tax.biglifefinancial.com, that's tax.biglifefinancial.com, you can sign up to receive a free report. And this free report is going to outline the history of the Research and Development Tax Incentive. It's going to give you examples of what it looks like, qualifying behaviors in case it hasn't been clear from my explanation, and then show you how much money could potentially be coming back. And then as well, once you've done that, you can then sign up for a free consultation on the back end.
Perfect. Yeah, we have yet to complete our full questionnaire, but we are definitely have talked to Justin and are looking forward to a working relationship forward. And I would, is there anything else you would like to say, Justin? I always ask people, what's a great book you've been reading lately?
I read quite a bit. One I'm reading, I like the book called Heads I Win, Tails I Lose. It's going to challenge your concept on where you put your money and how your money's working. So I would really highly encourage people to read that. Like, it just changes the way you think about how you should be saving for retirement and where you should be putting it. So that's a good book that I recommend.
Good. Any others?
I really I read this one a while ago, but it's called Killing Sacred Cows by Garrett Gunderson. That one will also challenge you. And then another one is Man's Search for Meaning. And that's a really cool one by Viktor Frankl that I'm really enjoying as well.
Oh, awesome. So do you have any promotions or giveaways coming up that you'd like to tell everyone about?
Just that free report that we have
at
tax.biglifefinancial.com. And then all of our strategy sessions, all of our applications are all free. So if you don't know if you're going to qualify or not, we can do a free qualification. And then if you don't qualify, it won't cost you anything but your time, which is precious, but we try to keep it as short as possible.
That's fantastic. Anything else you'd like to say?
No, I feel like businesses that innovate and businesses that are inventing are the best thing for society, because it gives people things that can push our society and our race, the human race, forward. And it's nice that the government is going to reward you for doing that. And so that's what we're here to do, is help you access that reward for doing what you probably already doing anyway.
That's fantastic. Now, one more time, give them a way to get a hold of you.
Yep. So website is biglifefinancial.com. That's number one. Phone number, 801-882-1377. And then if you want that free report, tax.biglifefinancial.com.
Well, it's been a pleasure today. I really enjoyed our conversation, and I know that there's many people that can use this tax credit. Yeah, and for our viewers, please reach out to Justin. We're going to blast his information everywhere so that you'll have it. And I hope that everyone has a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.